Hello, what are you doing looking at there? That gives you an idea of the kind of angle I'm on to film this. This is one for those of you who have problems with mobility, knees, legs, hips, anything like that, because this is up and down and quite steep, as you can see. So we're just having a wander about, really, just an explore of more ancient forest, or more of the very little ancient forest that we have left in Britain. So without further ado, let's look at this tree. Look at that. I can't get up there to see it, the animals can. Maybe we can get to it from the other side. It's possible. It's a bit of a fairy valley here. Dark fairies, maybe. I don't mean dark in... Look at that. I don't mean dark in the sense of, you know, I mean dark as in hardly get any sunlight. Not in the more, not fixated by the more negative sides of the world. Although they could be there too, couldn't they? Now, we are hopefully heading to, well, to there. I think that's where I'm going. It's single figures. Got me fingerless on. Not that many clothes though, because I have a rucksack to keep me warm. I love trees like this. I know they're hanging in there, but the fact that they're hanging in there is something amazing. If you want to know what that was that big log there. Well, left by Mr. Plant, no doubt. Oh look, so many nooks and crannies. Now I'm going to point something out here. There has now been a spate of young people, probably women, young ladies, and others, but it's not exclusive, but mostly, who are putting plastic ideas and fantasies of fairies and things in cracks like that. and leaving them. See, this is the thing. Even people, see, that this would be full in some places if it wasn't so easy, hard to get to. So instead of revering the earth and nature, they've left a load of plastic shit there. And it is possible I may pop in at that wood today if I have a bag and just go and collect it all up, because it ruins nature. It's basically littering. Like, it'd be okay to go and take a picture and put stuff there, but what that does, and then take it away and take it home with you, fine. But even so, what that does is that encourages other people to go there, because they think, oh, they've done that, and they'll go there, put the stuff in and leave it. Well, I think that's quite abusive, because when I come along and see that, what happens is that I'm disgusted. I'm also angry, because someone has done something in nature for their own ego, let's get this straight, and assuming that someone else in nature is going to like it. A nature worker who's been working in nature for over 30 years as a job, and more than that as someone who loves nature and wants to be in it. So that offends me. Does it offend me? No. It just makes me angry. The arrogance of it, the ego of it. It's all part of the same thing that humans do. Oh, we're going to do this. Oh yeah, I'm going to move here. We'll cut that down and we'll make it stamp, me, I, we. Rather than flowing with it. So you can revere a spring without having to put plastic shit on it. Or make it, you know, it's like someone else has put the decoration, not nature, someone else. Other people who you may not have anything in common with, aside from going to that place. So I think it's about time we stop doing it. I've got no problem with revering, going somewhere, putting candles around and decorating it and having a ceremony and then leaving and taking everything with you. Not a problem. But once we start doing that, and with the depletion of nature, once we start doing that, then we're going to be left with nothing that's wild nature, or as wild as we can get now, because of all the stuff that's gone on before. It's crazy, you know, and I am relieved I'm far nearer death than life, you know, than birth, because of what's going on. It's saddening to see the destruction, and it really has gone crazy in the last 20 years. Anyway, without further ado, without going on anymore, I'd just like to point that out. So if you do that, please stop, or do it in ways that respect nature and respect other people. Yeah, no one wants to be living somewhere and listening to their neighbour's music. Some things you can't avoid, it's natural. This is lovely here, isn't it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's... Oh, I don't know. I was going to say I'm pretty sure it's horses, but I don't think so. And in a way, you know, those things we see, like a hole in a tree, you know, like I've just pointed out, and we think, oh, fairies living in there, something living in there, and then you'll see the fungus, the mushrooms, and, you know, reminds us of fairy. But the reality, and what that's actually doing, is basically the holes in the tree like that, or the tree is dying. Mushrooms are eating away at the last bits of woody stuff till it goes back into the earth again. So basically those things are about death. So I wonder, do you think maybe it's possible that our fairy stories are a way of us dealing with death and making it into a positive way? Now I know there's energy spirits, I'm not confusing that. This is just some different energy spirits of nature, because as farmers will say, where you've got livestock, you've got dead stock. And if you've ever looked after a small holding or had anything to do with animals in that way, you know that's true. But what I noticed in this wood with all the plastic detritus was that on the darker side, the side that takes longer to get to, the side that was more, well, it was less flat and more out of the way, there was hardly any of these things, this stuff. But what was also interesting was that there were a lot more energy, there was a lot more nature spirits and fairies there. But that it was so funny, and they did say to me, I know this sounds bizarre, they did say, look, we're all here, we're not over there. But I didn't know if, and they were laughing, but I don't know if that was because they'd been driven out, or whether they were on the other side anyway. I don't know. Sometimes it's the chicken and the egg, isn't it? Ooh, the buzzards are out. Hello. Wow, listen to them. What sweet music they make. Yes, pigeon, I'd leg it if I were you. Well, there was a pigeon up to our right, and it's flown well clear. Went right over the valley in the opposite direction. Now here's a type of thing which may or may not be natural. But removing things like that poses a danger of psychic pickings up. They sound so close, don't they? Wow. Leaning on a boulder. Cool, wow. That's different, isn't it? That's propping it up, and no one's put that there for a picture. I can't get a picture of that anyway. I can't even get a shot right. Now, I'm hoping that once I get down here, I can then rise up again. Oh dear. Ah. I think so, otherwise I'm scrabbling around in this. Ooh. Which, if you want to see what it's like, let's just say it's quite easy to sink in it. It's not as solid as that looks. Can I go over the other side? Yeah. Yeah. I can. Hey. Hey. What do you expect at the bottom of a slope in a valley, huh? Yeah, I know. What do I expect? Yeah, horses. So that would have been quite early this morning then, I think. Oh. Ah. Oh, I'm not where I thought I was going to be. Oh dear. Or am I? Oh yes, I am. Ooh, lonely apple tree. Well, there's some views. At one time, this was all flooded. We'd have probably been on the shore after the 1607 tsunami. Came up through there. Hard to imagine, but that was once the sea. You can see the river over there. Incredible, isn't it? That long ago. Well, not even that long ago. Hear all that noise? Motorway. A roar, isn't it? Dogs and deer, foxes and badgers are just some animals I can name. Sorry. Can almost smell the sea air. I just coughed quite strangely, like there was a bit of some weird dust in my throat. Well, this is different, isn't it? We've come down a long way. long branches of oak there, and there is the tree that's really leaning, reaching the ground. Now the wind's blowing from the other way, so you can imagine how noisy the motorway is when it's blowing this way. Honestly, it's southwesterly wind today, but yet it's so cold, it doesn't seem to make sense. There's an inviting bit, isn't there? One thing I forgot was my secateurs. Damn. It doesn't take long for encroachment. Not long at all. Almost a better view in a way, so you can't see so much. Weighing for the local lads, local kids and lasses, I guess. Right, here's an example. Look at that. See, around there's a beech hedge, all tamed, and where they were having a beech hedge growing, they're topping it out and making it all tamed. Whereas a wild hedge growing into woods, surely that's what you want, especially at the edge of a woodland. But no, it seems not. So let's go for a zoomy pan, shall we? See if I can do it. There, how's that? Beautiful colours. And here we've got an old willow here. Old pussy willow, isn't it? Yeah, I think so. Look at that. Beautiful. Oh, we're going to go down through here. We've come a long way. Okay, so I'm going to have to get over here. No frolicking in field. No, it doesn't say that. It doesn't say that, I just thought it'd be funny to put that in. Oh wow. Now here's a winter scene. Winter, yeah, winter scene. Behind you, look. Look at that. Oh, I do like it, honestly. Sorry. I mean, that's quite a coppice in there. See all these trees down, look. That's not normal. It's not normal. So many of them, like they've been poisoned and the ground's not good for them anymore. Don't know, it's weird. I don't like it. Okay. Whoa, squelch, squelch, here we go. Alright, I have to go on the side. And they've Had a bit of a works party, cutting stuff. Wow. And if you can mind out the wire, look at that one. Well, look at you. There are trees in other places like Asia that grow like that naturally. I mean, that's yeah, that is growing like that naturally, but that's not how it starts out life. It's growing like that because of the intervention of humans. I don't suppose any of you noticed the change in me when I came back into the woods. I did. Really interesting change. It's like I, got back to myself again. Let's have a look over here. Seeing as we're properly documenting my world all the time. There's the seagulls. They don't have far to come though. Have I got time to get there? I don't know. Lovely, isn't it? That blue, the green, the light, the shadows, the trees. And so's this. And this is a hell of a tree as well. Look at that. That whole thing. That you're looking at is the tree. It's not often you find a sycamore like that. Rarely, absolutely rarely. I'm being called. Hello. And hello to you. At the moment, my knees are fine, thank you. To anyone who's thinking, if you're going to walk in places like this, your knees need to be alright. Yeah, they do, don't they? Yeah, well, I've got to go up there. Oh yeah. Oh, that's so nice, isn't it? Oh my God, oh dear, I don't know what to do. I'm going to go this way now. Just in case, because if I keep walking I could get to that other bit. Even though I don't know whether it links to here or not. Nah, broken ivy. Now that will swing in the wind, won't it? Yeah. Not too much, it's about to come off though. Don't know if you can see up there. Behind that tree, the next one's up. It's got some bark ripped off. Wouldn't be surprised if that's the dreaded monkjack. Oh. Well, well, well. I think I found my spot. Yes, I have. I'm going to stop here. Look at this. This is what I'm talking about. Except these are feathers and they've been put into deadwood. So I don't have a problem with that. Now, I'm going to stop here and have some coffee. Well, that was a nice coffee actually. I could feel just before I stopped that people were about. And I've seen 5 now. Just in 10 minutes of coffee. But I've just been overcome with sadness. I got hit when we came out of the wood and came into the, you know, the open bit. I was suddenly hit with it, missing a couple of people. I mean, yeah, so I felt just about to cry then people appeared. Anyway, doesn't stop the weeping, does it? You just get on and deal with it. But you know, something real. Do I look different? I bet I do. But I know I'm facing you this way when really we should be looking at that. Look at that colour. See this beauty of the juxtaposition here, yeah? We've got the orange of the beach and we've got the bright green of the ferns. It's just, you know, dragon's tongue, and then there's bramble up there and the other fern that I should look up, shouldn't I? I really should. I see it all the time, I just don't bother to find out what it is. Oh, and spurge. Just here. In front of that multi-stem tree there. Shall I zoom? There it is at the foot of that tree. The camera's floating, the gimbal's floating, so sorry. Typical. Well, not typical actually, it does it every so often. Not sure why. So yes, still I've never been one to have a problem with crying anyway. I just haven't ever, even when I was a child. Yeah, maybe some of us are just tuned into that well of infinite sadness. Do you think? Do you think? Is that what it is? Because, you know, some people are. There's a deep sadness in a lot of people. Yeah, I'm sure some of you watching have got it or know someone who has it. It's a real thing. Yeah, I spent pretty much my whole childhood crying. Yeah, really. Alright, Blackbird, alright. Yeah, my whole childhood crying. Then I stopped just after my father died. In fact, just before he died, literally, the days before he died, I spent crying and crying and crying and crying. And I remember seeing him on the Thursday night, the last time I ever saw him. And I said, "Don't you think everything's really weird?" He said, "I don't know, what do you mean?" And I said, "I don't know. I don't know." And the next day, he had a heart attack. And then 2 days later he had another one that killed him. And then I didn't cry then for, well, for probably 10 years. Yeah, really, 10 years. I mean, you know, if you've spent your whole childhood crying, then you need a break. But yeah, whole childhood crying. You know, I'd cry at school over things, and my fellow classmates would just look at me like, well, I don't know, like they knew something was deeply wrong. They knew it. I could tell by the way they looked at me. They didn't take the piss or anything. You know, take the mickey, that's what we call it here, taking the piss. They didn't make an issue of it. They didn't give me a hard time of it. I mean, I could see the concern on their faces because they couldn't relate it to anything that was going on. You know? And yeah, I think it freaked them out quite a lot. But I've never had a problem with crying or crying in public or whatever. It just comes out when it comes out, doesn't it? Some people do, some people hide it. Yeah, you're not supposed to show your emotions, are you? It is, I am tempted to carry on along there, actually. I think I might. Yeah, I mean, famously men shouldn't cry, should they? But they do. It's a good thing. I've always said that women are lucky being able to do that, because what it is it gives them a complete safety valve. A valve that lets it out. But I don't, you know, I know I bring up some things here, but is it, I mean, why do women find it easier to cry than men do? Why is that? Is it because women are suppressed more and have got less, are less able to say the things they want because of the patriarchy? Is that what that's about? Probably is, isn't it? But at the same time, it gives them a release. I mean, it's generally known that anger is the suppression of sadness. I've had it myself. I've got really angry, and then, you know, a few days later, after being angry for that time, I suddenly find myself crying, and I seem to be in tune with the moon. Actually, it seems to affect me a lot. Now, one thing I have found interesting in my research over the years, not just research, but my noticing things, is that I've noticed that there's a certain man who does engage in violent activity, like do boxing, or is really aggressive on a sports field, or plays violent parts in films. And very often those people are Cancerians, and the reason but that is interesting is because Cancerians, male Cancerians, Cancer being the emotional sign in tropical astrology, which is different to Vedic astrology, where they would be Geminis there. So that doesn't then make sense, that's a whole different thing. But I find it interesting because I was talking to my cousin, or my cousin's, my second cousin, my cousin's son. And I was saying, yeah, well, you know, you'll find that sensitive, emotional men can be quite angry and violent and aggressive. And he said, oh yeah, there's this bloke I know, you know, he's like that. It turns out he's a Cancerian, you know. He goes, oh, he totally loves his mum. You know, and he goes around being quite hard and pretending to be tough, and then will cry. You know, we'll cry. So it kind of, you know, backs up what I'm saying, doesn't it? Oh wow, here's the two types together, and a U. Two types of fern, obviously. That's what I mean. Anyway, you're not going to hear my voice go in this video anyway, because we've come to the end of this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope it's made you think and change any negative patterns. It's good to cry. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share and comment. You know, it just gets these about, because part of me does want to help change the world. I know I've already done a lot, but the job's not done yet, is it? Check out the links below. Sign up for a healing walk, healing session, oracle reading. Check out my website, see if there's anything on there useful to you. You know, commission me to do a woodland plan for you or something. Donate if you want to, and see you next time. Ta-da.